everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a hooded eye tutorial. So hooded eye, droopy eye, mature hooded droopy eye tutorial. For me, it's always been a challenge with my eyes. I've always had hooded eyes, but now that I'm getting older, 50 above, just a little bit above, my eyes are now not only hooded, but they're also starting to droop a little bit. So I found ways of dealing with that and doing my makeup where I can kind of hide that hood, hide the droopiness, and still be able to see my makeup job. If you're interested in seeing how I deal with my hooded, droopy, mature eye, then please keep on watching. In today's video, I'm going to use a palette that I actually meant to do a review on, and I don't know what happened. It kind of got shoved in the back because there were so many things coming in and so many reviews that I wanted to do. The holiday season's coming, Halloween's coming, and it kind of got pushed to the back, and I'm sorry. But this is the Oracle palette by Deck of Scarlet. Now, I've used this palette a couple of times, and it is beautiful. It works really well. That's the palette there. This is actually a really nice palette specifically for the fall time look. Like fall time, if you like fall time looks, this is a really nice palette. And this is the one I'm going to use today to show you how I do my makeup to kind of hide the hooded droopy eye situation that I do have going. So I'm going to move you in. Okay, you are in. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in with my Painterly paint pot. So as you know, I always use my Painterly paint pot by MAC. I still really like in this primer for the eyes. I've been meaning to try the P. Louise one I've seen online quite often. I just haven't had, you know, I want to finish this one first before I start using different primers on my eyes. I mean, you know, these things cost money, so of course, unless you guys want to see how it works on mature skin, then I will by all means go get it. So first things first, I am going to go into the palette. I'm going to use the color Tarot. I think it's Tarot. So I'm going to use the color Tarot, so that's it there. And this is the one I'm going to do all over my lid. I'm basically going to set my eye primer. What I think I'm going to do is just going to get my hair out of my face a little bit. Because you are gonna, okay, there we go. I'm just gonna get my hair and put it out of the way there. Now you will be able to see what I'm doing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna go in with this color Trance, this one here. And it might look dark at first glance. It actually isn't really dark, but it's a beautiful color, and I like to use this one here as my transition color. So I'm going to do that. It's different to be doing a makeup job with my contacts in. Usually I wait until after. But now what you want to do is basically, as you can see, just right here, like on my eye, you can see just this part here and just a little bit of my mobile lid. Basically, you're not going to see like everything in between here because it's all going to be hidden, specifically when I look straight at somebody. So basically, you really do have to go higher, like even up, like I go up into here, right into there. Now, it may feel a little bit unusual or uncomfortable. I know I did when I first started doing it, and I was putting my makeup quite high. I layer my makeup a lot of times from light and then dark because I want that gradient dark to light effect. So I do go up quite high. You don't have to go up quite as high, but you do want to be able to see the makeup over the hood, like up and above the hood. If you don't put it up and above the hood, honestly, you're not going to see the beautiful work you've created. I look straight into the mirror. So this is basically how I'd be looking at somebody, okay? So I'm gonna look straight into the mirror, and I'm just gonna start by, and I don't move my eye, but I just start patting on the makeup where I know I want to be able to see it. So here it is here. Now it looks a little strange. If you feel like you've gone too high, don't worry about it. We can fix that later. I know when I first did this and I looked at my lid this way and I'm thinking, wow, like I put that way too high. But actually, when you look straight at somebody, you will see that it's actually not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, I haven't added any extra product on here, and I'm just gonna start buffing into my crease area. And of course, bring in this product closer here and buff out the top. Okay, now as you can see, this particular palette actually buffs out quite well. Now it may feel like you've gone too high, but don't worry about that. We will fix that later if you don't like it that high. And then I just buff around the edges a little bit. Now this is quite a dark transition shade, but I kind of wanted to use something a little bit darker just so I can show you like what I do. If you can see my eye, you'll see that, you know, it's quite droopy, quite hooded. There's a lot missing. Like if you look here to where I look like this, you can see there's a lot of, you know, area on my eye that's missing when I look straight ahead. And most of the time you are looking at people like this. You're not going like this, right? You're looking at people straight ahead. So this is where you really need to do it with that in mind. What I like to do, and I will do it the way that I normally do it, but I do like to have a lighter inner corner, and then I use a darker color out here. I think I'll do the outer part first, and then we can just work with the inner corner after. So I'm gonna go in with Sorceress. That's just above Trance, the one that I used before. So this is one I was using. I'm gonna go in with Sorceress. Now on the camera, it doesn't really, I'm gonna try to see, okay. So there you can see it's a darker version of Trance, right? So that's why I'm using that to darken up the outer corner of my eye now to hide that hood. So I'm gonna use the same brush. I didn't clean it off at all because it doesn't really matter if you don't. Now what I do with this one here, the darker one, do the exact same thing except not quite as high. So what I do is just above that line. Okay, now that I've got Sorceress basically just right there, just above the hood, like just above the line, just bring it back and forth. Now when you look, again, it looks like, oh, like it's too high. It's really not. It's really, really not. Trust me. And then when you get it to where you like it, because you can go right across with that if you want to. There's a little bit of fallout, but you can go right across if you want to. You don't have to. But if I look directly at you, you will see again that you're not seeing much of that color once I open my eyes and look straight ahead. So now this one here, I will bring forward, bring into the corner a little bit lower. Once you have it where it should be, then open your eye completely, take that brush and stay in the socket. Because you don't want to go like any higher than that. And it helps to have a good brush for this. I like this brush, the JS6, for actually doing that socket work, like inside the socket work. The other brush I like is the E25 by Sigma. Again, a really nice brush to use. And as you can see, a lot of it has gone onto my lower lid. Don't worry about it. You can always fix that later. It's makeup. You can do lots with makeup. Okay. So now I've pretty much gone into the crease area and around the outer edge to get it a little bit darker, because the darker the color, the more it's going to hide that hood. Now I'm going to take the first brush I used to set my lids, and I'm just going to start gently blending that out. Okay, now basically you can pretty much leave it at that. So the next step for me is going to be to add a little bit of a light or shimmer or something to the inner corner of my eye. This one here is High Priestess. And this one here is a little bit dark, so that one is Mystic. So I don't really want to use Mystic because I do want to lighten that up. Don't want to darken it up. So I'm going to use High Priestess, and I'll show you which one that is. On this one, it's right there. That's High Priestess. Alright, so I'm going to use that one to lighten up the corner of my eye. That is a really nice silver type color. I'm going to do this with my fingers. And just start lightening that up a little. A lot of times when you work with shimmers like this, with person with hooded eyes, you want to stay away from the outer edge, like the outer V. With shimmers, it will really pronounce the hooded eye that you have. It really will. Unless it's a dark, like a real dark shimmer or dark satin, if you will, you can use that on the outer corner, but I just stay away from the outer corner with the shimmers. It doesn't help with that hood. And if you find, like here, I've gotten a little bit over more than I actually wanted to, so don't be afraid to go back in with that dark shade again. And basically I'm just going to darken the outer V and just tap it in there. Use the same brush that you were using before and just tap it lightly, adding the darker color on the outer V. Now for me, I like to go back in and blend it again. Anytime I add more color or dark color or whatever I'm doing, I always go back in and just re-blend it in. I don't like any harsh lines, so I am constantly going back in, blending, tweaking, you know, touching up spots here and there. Now it may seem like a lot of work, but honestly, once you get used to doing it, sometimes I can have my shadow done in just about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, because I'm so used to doing it that I don't even know that I'm doing it anymore. Isn't that sad? Like, that's sad. Okay. So now that you've got that done, as you can see, now when I look at you, you can see that the hood is there. But once you get your lashes on, you're not going to see that. You're honestly not going to see the hood as bad. Okay, I do have a little bit of fallout, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm going to use a small brush. And what I want to do is I'm going to take Fortune. Okay, now this is a light shimmer, very light colored shimmer. This one right here, Fortune. That one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that color up to my like right into my brow. Basically what I want to do is highlight my brow area. If you feel like your color is actually gone too high, you can use something like Taro. I think that's Taro. You can use this one here again and go up and go around here. The only thing is, just try to stay away from this area, because this basically is where you want the darkness to be. So this is a pretty potent, but that's okay. So as you can see, I've highlighted the brow and I've given my eye a little bit of dimension. So you can either do this or you don't have to do this. Also too, like if you find that it's too dark in here or you want a less color in here, just go back in with the first color you used. So this one here, again, and just take a small brush and just start going back in with it and lightening that area up. because sometimes depending on the brushes you're using, you may darken this area a little bit too much. I don't like a lot of darkness on the inside of my eye, so I will use that color to brighten that back up, like lighten it back up. You don't want to brighten it up, and you don't want to take a wipe and erase it away, because you're not gonna get a good look that way. So there. And there is my finished eye. Okay. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna finish the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, now before I put on my lashes, mascara, and everything else, I just wanted to show you another quick little trick that I learned while doing the outer part of your eye. Now, if you notice here and here, for me, it's actually gone out a little bit too far. So instead of trying to blend it all out, or take a makeup remover and removing it, because you honestly don't want to remove what you've done under your eyes. This is what I used for my foundation this morning. Now, it's not cleaned off. I just did my foundation and left it, so it's still got a little bit of my foundation on it. So what I do is I just look straight in the mirror, and I just make a line from the bottom of my eye and follow that angle. Don't like bring your eyebrows up. A lot of times I'm subject to want to bring my eyebrows up. You don't want to do that, because you're not going to be taking anything off. Like, you're not going to be taking it off evenly if you do that. So just leave your eyebrows where they are, and just like this, I take it off like that. And this one here is definitely a little bit too high here. And just keep slowly kind of, taking away that color. So basically what I've done now is just made a little bit of a line just to even out that part of my eye. Now, if you don't like the line from this point on, you can take a clean blending brush, or the one you used with taro on it, and just go like that. Basically, some people like that line, like that straight line. I kind of prefer to just blend it out a little bit. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go back in with Sorceress, and basically I'm just going to darken up just above my lashes. Not much, just a little bit. You don't even have to go all the way across if you don't want to. There. Just kind of darkens up that lash line a little bit. All right, so here's the finished look. I put my mascara on. I always add lashes, even if I add like half lashes, just to the outer corner of my eye. Again, it just gives a little more invisibility to your hooded eye. Lashes, I find, always bring a look together, specifically for hooded eyes, like just like on the outer corner there. If you don't like wearing lashes, I have actually been using this mascara. Is from the drugstore. If you've watched any of my videos, you will know that I do not like drugstore mascara. I do not like drugstore mascara. Most of the time, 99% of the time, I am trying to find mascara. I buy it, bring it home. It falls underneath my eyes, and it's just, lashes are really important to me. If I had nothing else, at least I'd want my lashes done, right? So that's just me. So anyway, when I was in the city, I was in the drugstore there, and there was a gentleman behind the counter in, of course, where else but where all the cosmetics are. Anyway, he had the most amazing lashes. So when I went up and asked him, were they his lashes, or was he wearing false lashes or whatever, and he said no, he was actually wearing this mascara. So this one here is the Colossal by Maybelline. So there it is there. So that's what I'm wearing today. And I'm telling you, I love this mascara. Like, it just brings so much volume to my lashes. And basically I don't have a lot of, like, I have a lot of lashes, but they are so lightly colored and short that I just, you know, when I wear mascara, this mascara, I'm telling you, is beautiful. It's not very expensive. I think I bought these, I bought a couple of them because they were like $6 or something. Brought them home. He said they didn't flake or fall down on his eyes. So I thought, okay, this is the one I've been using. I am loving it. You can get it at the drugstore. I bought it for $6. I don't know if that was a sale price or if it's more now. Not really sure, but you can find it at the drugstore. Beautiful, beautiful mascara, and it stays on, and it just gives me a lot of length at the, like, here. I have to probably layer it maybe 2 times, and then on the 3rd time I will go in and just do the edge of my lashes just to bring that kind of a cat's eye effect. That's the kind of effect I like to have for my lashes. But today I am wearing my falsies just to bring, again, a little more invisibility to my hooded eye. The lashes always help at the end of a look. I did put on my Stila liquid lip. I got it in my Boxy Lux, but I don't know if it's really going with this look or not. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm not going to change it now. We'll just leave it as it is. So that's it for my hooded eye tutorial today. If you guys like this video, please let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more videos like this. I will leave a link to everything I used in the description box below for you, so you can go have a look. The palette, the lashes, everything. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I would love to see you for my next video. Bye now.